Hello. I got us started with the Archangel Animal Oracle. The card that fell out was Rat. Be true to yourself and the universe will reward you. Archangels Gabriel and Zadkiel. Archangel Gabriel, I believe, is associated with the heart chakra. About rats. Rats are highly evolved and intelligent creatures with big hearts. Speaking of the heart chakra. And they originate on Neptune. They offer to undertake a sacred mission on Earth to consume sewage and garbage here as well as the psychic rubbish around it. This worked well until humans created so much waste and negativity that rats could no longer transmute it all. Although more rodents arrived to help, they were all in overload and developed disease. Humans started to persecute them. Sorry, I need to write some more notes here. Although more rodents arrived to help, they were all in overload and developed disease. Humans started to persecute them. Now rats live in fear so they can no longer transform and purify our debris into love. Recently, new elementals have arrived from another universe to help consume and clear waste on land and in water. But it's time for humans to take responsibility for the rubbish we leave, both physical and emotional. Well cared for pet rats are very clever and much loved. They are holding the true vision of rats' noble mission. The guidance is, the rat card reminds you that when you are acting with the best and noblest intentions, you may still be misunderstood. In extreme cases, you may even be persecuted. I knew that's one of the words I was writing down when I was reading this. That word stands out. The fear of being persecuted. There will always be those who want to put out the light of others. Your guidance is to let no one diminish you. Instead, remain true to your pure purpose and hold your vision like a bright flame. I wrote down vision as well. That stood out. Do your best at all times and only take on that which you can handle. Check internally that you are taking responsibility for your actions, then relax and know that your life mission will eventually be recognized and you will receive your just reward. Okay, that makes me think of the Justice card in the Tarot. Karmic balance. The scales of justice balancing. The Justice card is denoted by the number 11. Okay, let's go through some of the notes that I wrote down pre-recording. Looking at the image here, I noticed the spiral here. And I'm going to read the definition or the description of the spiritual meaning of spirals, but I also just wanted to mention this light encircling this sleeping rat. So, the message in regards to seeing this warm light is, you have a warm aura. Seeing the spiral, that made me think of interconnectedness. All of creation has a purpose. And we read about the purpose of rats, right? All of creation has a purpose. We all have a purpose here. Okay, let me read some meanings about the spiral shape. Growth and evolution. Spirals symbolize personal growth and evolution, representing the journey of life and the continuous cycle of growth and maturity. Expansion and transformation. They signify the expansion of consciousness and the transformation of life, reflecting the cycles of nature and the universe. Connection to life force. Spirals are often seen as representations of life force energy, linking the physical and spiritual realms. Okay, that makes me think, well, it makes me think of Master Number 22, the builder. Sometimes I've heard it referred to as the architect. And bridging the physical and spiritual realms. Reading this sentence, let me read it again. Spirals are often seen as representations of life force energy, linking, right, being the bridge, linking the physical and spiritual realms. This is what I believe that many souls in the collective are here to do, to integrate the physical and spiritual realms. To be the bridge. And that may resonate with you. Okay, let's move on. Cycles of life. Spirals embody the cycles of life, death and rebirth, illustrating the interconnectedness of all things. Death and rebirth makes me think of the death card in the tarot, symbolizing transformation. You are transforming at this time, always transforming, evolving. Spiritual awakening. They serve as a metaphor for spiritual awakening, representing the journey inward, going within and outward in understanding and enlightenment, as within, so without. Understanding yourself by going within helps you to perceive the world with more compassion and understanding. Understanding yourself helps you understand the world. These interpretations highlight the spiral's profound significance in various spiritual contexts. Okay. The phrase, be true to yourself. Okay. The words that popped in my mind, self-honesty, self-honoring. By choosing yourself, by choosing to go within, you are being true to yourself. You have a loyal heart. Seeing the word rat also made me think of the rat race. I looked up the definition of rat race. A way of life in which people are caught up in a fiercely competitive struggle for wealth or power. A secondary definition, an exhausting, usually competitive routine. Competitive is mentioned twice. So I went on to write, you may have or are in the process of leaving the rat race. You may have tendencies to overwork, to over-push yourself to the point of exhaustion and depletion. I went on to write, the root of this tendency is likely the wounded self's fear of unworthiness and unlovability. And as I was reading the guidance book, the other words that I wrote down transmute, persecute, transform, purify. You are likely going through a purification process right now. Your energy centers are being balanced. Referring back to the Justice card that I mentioned. What else stood out to me? Vision, noble mission. You may consider yourself a visionary. You certainly have a vision, a dream for your life. And even if maybe you do not have any aspirations towards a public-facing role, just the choice to learn to love yourself, that in itself is a noble mission. Self-realization. That is what we are learning here during this incarnation here on Earth. And there are so many ways that we learn to do that, right? So many different relationships that we have, so many different circumstances, situations, different modalities of learning. Okay. 11:44 when I looked up. Okay. Be true to yourself and the universe will reward you. Okay. As within, so without, right? Karmic justice. The scales of justice, evening out, balancing out. Makes me think of the zodiac sign Libra. You may be a Libra. It may be somewhere in your chart. Okay, let's see if there's any messages in the Soul's Journey lesson cards. Ooh, balance. That is not surprising. In practically every reading that I do, the message of balance is emphasized by Spirit. Balance is being restored within you, and therefore returning to the concept of as within, so without. Your outer reality will also balance out as well. Let me read what's on the balance card. Balance, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world. Yes, a synonym for balance. Harmony. Balance, I often associate balance with harmony as well. Stability. Excuse me. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Yes, part of being true to yourself is also learning to be kinder to yourself, to be non-judgmental, right? I'm noticing the blues, greens, and purple hues. Crown chakra, third eye, throat chakra, and heart chakra. And I mentioned, is it Archangel? Oh, Archangel Gabriel. I'm sorry, I misspoke earlier. I think I mentioned the heart chakra. Archangel Gabriel actually is associated with the color blue, the throat chakra. Archangel Raphael is one who is associated with the heart chakra. Okay. I believe your energy centers, your chakras are indeed being balanced at this time. You may be at a time of rest and rejuvenation at this time of your journey. I'm looking at the rat, sleeping. getting re-energized. Especially if you do have the tendency, as I mentioned earlier, if you have the tendency of overworking, over-pushing yourself. Excuse me. My throat chakra is healing. Purpose. I know what I am here to do. Okay. Well, I think in the guidebook they mentioned mission, right? Which can be deemed a synonym similar to purpose. Oh, and I wrote here, all of creation has a purpose. We all have a purpose here. Yes. I think more and more, as you progress through your journey, it's becoming more and more apparent to you the things that you are here to do. Even if it's not 100% clear, and the universe doesn't just show us everything all at once, things are revealed. Information, clues are revealed little by little. And that can be very frustrating for the human self, right? Another message that Spirit seems to emphasize in many of the readings that I do is patience. Patience, grasshopper. Happiness. Look at these dolphins. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. Yep. That's part of your purpose. Happiness. 1707 when I said that. Happiness. Seeing the dolphins, yes, makes me think of playfulness. You're learning to be more playful, getting more creative, most likely. Healing your inner child, nurturing your inner child. Acceptance. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. Well, that makes me think of self-acceptance. But yes, the more we learn to accept ourselves, every part of ourselves, look at whatever arises within us, and to throw compassion, shower compassion on those thoughts and feelings. Again, as within, so without, right? We learn to be more accepting of others, of what we see in our outer reality. And this also makes me think that, well, the message, I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. Surrender, trusting in the higher divine plan, trusting that you are on the right path, trusting in divine timing, and trusting indeed that there is a divine plan. I don't know if I said that already. Ooh, and all the greens. I already mentioned the heart chakra, but there it is again, the color green. Heart chakra. The frequency of love is growing more and more within you. There is a significant heart chakra healing happening within you at this time. You may be crying, purging, releasing. That's part of the healing. Even crying tears of joy. It's all getting the energies moving, right? instead of allowing them to feel as though they're stagnant, stuck in our bodies, without being allowed to move around and flow. Perhaps that's one of the things that you do. Move gently. That makes me think of Tai Chi. Perhaps you dance. Okay. This is the Wisdom of the Oracle Pocket Divination cards. I always list the decks I use in the video description in case anyone is curious. I'm seeing a lot of purples here, besides this mainly purple card. So this makes me think that your intuition is heightening even more at this time. Yeah, you're regenerating, you're healing, regeneration. You're being purified, being balanced. Your energy centers, 46. Okay, that makes me think of the number 10. The closing out of a cycle, the beginning of a new one. You may be, yes, in resting mode right now. Come to the edge, number 36. Number 9, again, denoting the end of a cycle. Come to the edge. She's dancing, looks like. Makes me think of the Fool card in the Tarot. Standing on the edge, about to take a leap of faith. Going on a new adventure. A journey fueled by self-love. I'm seeing the red hearts floating about here. You're being true to yourself, being loyal to yourself. Ooh. Yeah, okay, between worlds. Number 3, yeah, you may be in the in-between. Right now, resting. Let's put it in your balance here. Balance. Yep, time for a nap. I think I mentioned that you may be resting right now. And look, right? The rat is sleeping, resting, rejuvenating. And number 6. So 24 reduces to a 6, which I relate to balance, harmony, stability. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups, self-love. There you go. Self-love, self-care, heart opening. Didn't I say something like that in regards to this green color? Ooh, look at this, the Chariot, number 7. Forward momentum, overcoming obstacles. Oh, 3 of Swords, heartache, healing journey, Heart healing, yes. You're on a healing journey. You may not call it that. You may call it something else or nothing at all. You're on a journey. And you're healing from within. And growing stronger. Getting more balanced. Feeling more balanced. And seeing the Chariot card makes me think, yes, momentum is about to pick up. But every person's timing, right? Acceptance. Accepting divine timing. Learning to accept divine timing and that there's a divine order to things. So everyone is at a different point. Everyone's timing is different. But since you're so intuitive, seeing all the purple hues on the cards here, you know that change is coming. Even if you may be in stillness right now, you know that this is temporary. Whoop! And the universe is preparing you, your spirit team, they're preparing you. Well, look at this, Page of Cups. Unique, artistic, light-hearted. Makes me think of the Fool card in the Tarot. Page of Cups. Potential new romance or friendship with someone who is trustworthy, creative, sensitive, potentially also spiritual, mystical. You may identify with being a mystic. You're interested in mysticism. And also, okay, now we have card number 12, the Hanged Man. Patience, I mentioned that word, right? Patience, perspective, surrender. I think I also mentioned surrender. You're in a timeout right now. Page of Cups, please. The Ten of Swords, completion, end of a difficult cycle. Yep, I think we did see a 10 card, right, somewhere. And that you're in the rejuvenation period, yes, on this regeneration card. The end of a difficult cycle, yes, making way for a more lighthearted one. Chariot. Anything else to add? Perseverance, persistence, holding ground. Encouragement to keep going. This message may be coming out because you may have doubts in this time of stillness, of feeling like you are in the in-between. Keep going. I'm getting a strong message from Spirit, from other readings as well, to keep going. The Four of Pentacles, protection, frugality, holding on. That makes me think of this acceptance card, learning to surrender. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. It's a process of learning to let go, of learning to trust and surrender. Oh, look at this. Ace of Pentacles, investment, material gain, opportunities, new beginnings. That will show up in the material. Oh, another new beginning. Look at this. Ace of Cups. Self-love, self-care, heart opening. And we saw this at the beginning, right? 3131 when I looked up. At the beginning when I started using this deck here. Ace of Cups. Self-love, self-care, heart opening. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, you're being true to yourself. Opening your heart. Transmuting pain into more love. Transmuting pain into power. The power of love. The power of self-love, too. Letting go, leaving the past behind. Moving to your new beginnings. As communicated through the Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, the Chariot. Okay. Just wanted to jump to the numerology guidance cards. Anything to add? Purpose. Eight, manifestation. Eight, I associate with abundance. This makes me think of the Magician card. You are here to manifest the life of your dreams. You are here to be abundant. and how you can use abundance as part of your purpose here. Your abundance, with your abundance, you will not be hoarding. 35, when I looked up, reduces to an 8. 8, 8. The rewards that you reap from all the inner work, especially that you have done, you will find a way or multiple ways to share your abundance with others. Because you are healing from a lack mindset. You are starting to nurture more of an abundance mindset, a growth mindset. Anything else about purpose? Healing. It may involve healing. Balance, balance. Number 6, I may have mentioned how I associate it with balance, harmony, healing, heart healing. No, excuse me. Blue, throat chakra. That just makes me think of how earlier at the beginning I mistook Archangel Gabriel. I think I got Archangel Raphael and Gabriel mixed up. So Archangel Gabriel, right here, is associated with the throat chakra. Blue. Balance, balance. Your throat chakra is definitely healing. You're learning to speak up more honestly, authentically. And this may be, yes, part of your purpose here is to use your throat chakra. Okay, 38 minutes. Let's see here. Okay. Let's try to get a closing message from the Find Your Own Way Oracle by Ari Weisner, or Ari Weisner. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing his name, or, yeah. Final message, please. Thank you. One card? Yes, it is. Nothing defines you. Ooh, and there's a butterfly denoting transformation. And lots of blues. Throat chakra. You may be a writer, because I'm noticing that this person is holding a writing instrument. You're good with your words. You're a strong communicator. Nothing defines you. Oh, okay. I think that we can relate that to the opening message, right? Of being true to yourself. You're the one who gets to define who you are, right? You define you. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to end it there. Thank you so much. Take care.